Hello, this is Dominic Steele from Christians in the Media and from Village Church in Sydney. In this Reading the Bible segment, I'm going to be taking you through the book of Numbers, and today we're in Numbers chapter 2. We're looking at the journey that God is leading his people through, from slavery under Egypt all the way through to the Promised Land. And we've seen that God was present with his people and is present with us, and that he was faithful with his people back then and is faithful to us. Now, in chapter 2 of Numbers, we see that there are detailed instructions on the placement of the tribes around the tabernacle, i.e. where is everybody to live, and their order for travelling through to the Promised Land. So Numbers chapter 2 verse 1, the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, the Israelites had a camp around the tent of meeting, some distance from it, each man under his own standard with the banners of his family. Now, I did a little exercise working out where each of the tribes would be camped. I drew a map, and if you've got a pen there and a piece of paper, that'd be a great thing to do, to draw the tent of meeting in the centre of the page. And then God says in verse 3, on the east, towards the sunrise, the divisions of the camp of Judah are to encamp under their standard. So mark Judah on the right-hand side of the tent of meeting. And down to verse 10, on the south will be the divisions of the camp of Reuben under their standard. So draw Reuben down at the bottom of the page. In the middle. Now, where will we put the priests? Well, verse 17, then the tent of meeting in the middle, and the camp of the Levites will set out in the middle camps. So they'll set out in the same order as they encamp, each under his own place, under his own standard. Now, what about off to the left? You can mark the camp of Ephraim there. That's from sentence 18. On the west will be the divisions of the camp of Ephraim under their standard. And up the top of the page, sentence 25, on the north will be the divisions of the camp of Dan under their standard. So do you see what's happened here? God has directed the people where to camp. And God has directed that he, living in the tabernacle, dwelling in the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, will be set up right at the middle of the camp. That's his rightful place. Now, let me just ask in broad principle, is that how you think? We think. See, kind of academically, we know that God wants to be central in our lives. And yet when we analyse our life, we think the way we spend our money, the way we spend our time, sometimes the census reveals that actually other things have taken over and become central. And at the end of the Bible, there is this picture in Revelation 7 of a great multitude gathered around the throne of Jesus. Revelation 7 verse 9, after this I looked, and there before me was a great multitude that no one could count, from every nation, tribe, people and language, standing before the throne and in front of the Lamb. And they were wearing white robes and were holding palm branches in their hands. And they cried out in a loud voice, salvation belongs to our God who sits on the throne and to the Lamb. There's people around the throne of Jesus. See, in heaven, Jesus the Lamb is central. And the challenge for us is to make Jesus central in our lives now. Next up in this journey through the book of Numbers, we will think about what it means for us that God is personally holy.